Chapter 93. 3 Lives and All Things. You have solved the chess game. Please make a move. Prepare to receive my legacy. The chess viewing elder spoke once again. Gu Hai, have you solved the chess game? If you accept the inheritance, is it the end of life and death chess? Then Grandmaster and the others will be saved. Long Wanqing suddenly said in surprise. Yes, righteous father. Whatever there is, you take it first. Huh, Gu Can also rejoiced. Only Gu Hai, who was currently sitting in front of the chess game, was frowning slightly as Gu Hai still remembered how helpless the 9th prince was. So helpless that after becoming the 9th prince, he wanted to look around for a substitute. While others didn't know what inheritance was inside, Gu Hai knew something about it. The 8th Duke, accepting the inheritance himself and becoming the 8th prince. Gu Hai was slightly silent for a while. Gu Hai, accept the inheritance quickly. The Earth Dragon Vein will also be yours then. I'll give you my dragon-inducing jade. Long Wanqing opened her mouth and anxiously said, Earth Dragon Vein. This was one of the reasons why Gu Hai did not hesitate to come this time. Originally, the Earth Dragon Vein was dispensable, but with Yu Zhengxing giving himself the essentials of the Celestial Dynasty, he had discovered during this period of time that this Earth Dragon Vein was incomparably important. Now, there is a chance to get the Earth Dragon Vein in front of him. Do you still want to give up? After giving up this time, would there be a chance to get it in the future? Gu Hai was silent for a while. Countless cultivators all around looked at Gu Hai blankly, not knowing what Gu Hai was struggling with. After thinking for a while, only then did Gu Hai, as if he had made up his mind, slowly took out a chess piece and landed it at the Chongyuan. Buzz! As Gu Hai landed the piece, suddenly, the peony flower released a lot of golden light. And then slowly, the peony flower became transparent, except for the life chess game and the death chess game, which remained the same. All the others became transparent, as if they were stepping on top of a transparent giant flower. The golden light, however, came from under the peony flower, where a huge dragon head was. Ong! The peony flower suppressed a huge golden dragon head. The head alone seemed to be as big as 30,000 feet, showing a fierce face and roaring. But the peony flower was suppressing it, and the dragon head couldn't move, and was incomparably anxious and angry at the moment. Between the peony flower and the dragon head, there was an 8-colored fist-sized peony flower, and the 8-colored peony slowly rotated, like a dream, with 8-colored rays of light, which had a kind of soul-stirring feeling. And vaguely, it seemed as if there were densely packed small words in the rays of this light. Is that the Earth Dragon Vein? What is that fist-sized peony? It seems like there are many words floating in it. Earlier, Meng Tai and the others mentioned inheritance. Could it be the inheritance of Old Man Chess Viewer? Is that 8-colored peony flower the legacy of Old Mango? Boom! The 50,000 cultivators outside were suddenly agitated. If the Earth Dragon Vein allowed everyone to still be sensible, then Elder Chess Viewer's inheritance would not be sensible anymore. That was the inheritance to the strongest in the world, right? Who? Steeply, there were hundreds of people, swarming towards the giant transparent peony flower. Mine, assholes, don't snatch it from me. Mine, mine. Hundreds of people swarmed and rushed towards the giant peony flower. Shoo, shoo, shoo. A huge suction force was generated on the peony flower, and steeply, the hundreds of people who rushed in were sucked into the dead chess game, turning into pieces and disappearing in front of all of them. Nearly 1,000 people jumped in from the front and back, all of them being sucked into the dead chess game. Finally, the people from the outside world calmed down a lot, staring blankly at the scene in front of them. Why is this happening? It's not fair. Why is it that Gu Hai and the others were able to go to the land of living chess, but when we go up, we get sucked into the dead chess? Could it be that because Gu Hai unlocked the raw chess, no one is allowed to go in the raw chess area? Countless cultivators looked blankly at the giant transparent peony flower on the giant transparent peony flower, looking at the suppression of the Earth's dragon vein below and the chess viewing elders' inheritance. All of them had a feeling of blood rushing to their brains, but the feeling of seeing and not being able to get it was depressing beyond measure. Long Wanqing looked at her feet with wide eyes. The land she stepped on below had become transparent. The dragon vein had appeared. But there was something even more exaggerated than the dragon vein, old Mangwanqi's inheritance. This, Long Wanqing was surprised. Gu Hai, however, frowned after merely glancing at it. I have doubts. Where I observe the dead chess game, why are there 3 types of chess? Black discs, white discs, and a type of transparent discs. I wonder if the chess viewing elder left any answers, Gu Hai said in doubt. In response to Gu Hai's question, Long Wanqing, Gu Qin, and the others all revealed a bewildered look. It was this time of the day. Why did they ask about the dead chess game? Opposite the white-haired old man, but suddenly smiled slightly and said, "The body left an answer. It seems to guess that the solver of the game asked. The answer given by the body is Tao begets 1. 1 begets 2, 2 begets 3, 3 begets 10,000 things, and the 3 is the source of all 3 kinds of chess, representing 3 forms. 3 forms." Gu Hai frowned slightly and fell into deep thought. After thinking for a while, Gu Hai's expression moved and said, 3 is the source of all things. 3, encompassing all things. I once heard that the Buddhists also have this explanation, that there are 3 Buddhas, past, present, and future. Is this chess game the same? If the black disc falls first, the black disc that falls represents the past, the discs that have already fallen in the past. The white disc that has not yet fallen represents the future, the discs that will fall in the future. And what represents the present? When the black disc falls and the white disc does not fall, it is the present time. When the disc has not yet fallen, it is only deducing in the heart where the best place is to fall. It is the disc deduced in the heart. It is the illusory disc. It is not the real disc. So, above the game of dead chess, the transparent disc is not the real disc. It is a kind of illusory disc deduced in the heart. The white-haired old man on the opposite side looked at Gu Hai and smiled slightly. I don't know. The main body didn't give me an answer. There's only so much. 3, encompassing everything. Everything you can realize on your own. Please continue to drop your pieces and accept the inheritance that the main body has given you. Gu Hai looked at the white-haired old man, his complexion for a moment. Looking at the board, the white-haired old man had already landed a white disc. Taking a deep breath, Gu Hai once again landed a piece. Snap, rumble. The giant transparent peony flower steeply burst into a huge tremor, followed by a crack, and below the 8-colored fist peony flower trembled slightly, as if it was going to surge towards Gu Hai. It was as if as long as Gu Hai landed one more sun, the 8-colored peony would be able to break through the giant transparent peony flower and rush towards Gu Hai. Please drop a seed. The white-haired old man dropped a white disc and continued. Gu Hai, however, frowned slightly and said, "This inheritance, what is it? What use is it to me?" The main body has left its last words. In fact, you have already received the greatest inheritance. On the occasion of solving the game earlier, the white-haired old man said. Oh, Gu Hai was slightly puzzled. Didn't you realize the 29 heaven and earth vertical chess games? You realize the impermanence of the heavenly Tao, where the heavens and earth are unkind and use the living beings as pawns. In the inheritance of the main body, the inheritance of the heavenly Tao is the root, and all others are just the end of the line. Within that 8-colored peony, it's just the inheritance of the arts. And even if the arts are stronger, they can never be compared to the heavenly Tao. And as you have already gained the heavenly Tao, the arts of this 8-colored peony are just the icing on the cake. The inheritance of the dragon vein of the lower earth is at the bottom of the list, and it's just icing on the cake. Peony, the king of flowers, is the inheritance of the king. It is the way to establish a dynasty deduced by this body, to help you establish a country and come out on a different path than the one this body had back then. The white-haired old man said in a deep voice, "The way to establish a dynasty." Elder Chess Viewer deduced it. Then why didn't Old Man Chess Viewer set up a dynasty himself? Guhai was puzzled. Because establishing dynasties is not a strong point of this body. It cannot reach number one. However, the way of chess can be number one in the world, so Old Man Chess Viewer gave up establishing a dynasty and used the way of chess to fight with the heavens. The white-haired old man explained. Establishing dynasties isn't Old Man Chess Viewer's strong point, then this inheritance of his may not be the best. Guhai said in a deep voice. But, in the end, it's stronger than most imperial dynasties and emperor dynasty kings, the white-haired old man explained. If no one can unlock this situation, then the greatest inheritance, the heavenly Tao inheritance, is lost. Others will at most get the art inheritance and the dragon vein inheritance. Guhai inquired. The heavenly Tao inheritance can only be obtained if one has great enlightenment in the Tao of chess. Otherwise it cannot be passed down either. The white-haired old man nodded. What do I have to pay to get the inheritance? Guhai was puzzled. Drop one more seed. Don't resist the 8-colored peony to enter your body. Within the 8-colored peony, there are thousands of techniques. All of them have the body's imprint. Relax your whole body. Don't resist. Let the 8-colored peony to read your memories and leave a copy of the body's imprint within you from now on. You are the Yishun Pavilion's ray-transmitted disciple. Yishun Pavilion's disciple. Listen to your orders. Your orders are the body's orders. The white-haired old man explained. Reading my memories in the depths of my soul, leaving the brand of the old man of chess watching. Guhai steeply narrowed his eyes. Yes, because it's the only way to receive the art inheritance, the white-haired old man explained. Guhai's eyes narrowed slightly as he held a chess piece in his hand, which was originally going to land on the chessboard, but at this moment it was slowly withdrawn, branding the chess watching elder's mark on his soul from now on, like the 9th Duke, trying hard to get rid of the 8th Duke's identity. Guhai didn't want to do that. Besides, his own memories, he never wanted to be read by others, even if they were already dead. Guhai, you fell. The old man chess watcher is already dead. This artifact inheritance, to be in the divine continent Earth, how many people would go crazy for it? Long Wanqing said anxiously. Guhai, however, slowly shook his head. The benefits are great, but the risks are even greater. You don't understand the dreadfulness of the Old Man Chess Viewer's brand. Long Wanqing frowned slightly. On the side, Gu Qin's expression changed for a while, and he took a deep breath. Righteous Father, why don't you let my child receive the art inheritance? Guhai looked at Gu Qin with a slight frown. Righteous Father, mother's death, child's memory is still fresh, child's incompetence, can't do anything, child wants to avenge mother. Father is in the middle of his endeavors, child doesn't want to be a burden to father, child also wants to share. There is an opportunity right in front of me, can't give it up for nothing, child is willing to accept this risk, Gu Qin said in a resolute tone. The risk is too great, you can't afford it. Guhai shook his head and said. When righteous father and mother picked up the child, who was about to freeze to death from the snow, the child was able to survive and had already earned it. Besides, there is such a huge inheritance. So what if the risk is big? At most a word of death. Child doesn't care, Gu Qin firmly said. No way. Guhai shook his head, not wanting Gu Qin to take risks.